What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fourth Quarter Kings podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about our NFL Week 10 predictions that we did last week on who we thought we were going to win. We're going to do NFL Week 11 predictions, rumors, and stuff about the NFL. And we're joined again by Keen. Josh and Mike are here again. So
Joe isn't.
Joe is
Fortunately,
not.
unfortunately,
Joe might get cut from the squad. He might not put up enough stats.
I hope Joe finds that out in the podcast, not when we text him.
But yeah, so let's just get right into this.
Okay, so the first game of the week, we got Colts-Titans. Colts won 34-17. That game was the most surprising game of the week for me.
I had the Colts winning 24-21.
I did have the Colts winning as well.
The
I didn't put scores. I just put the Colts were going to win.
I put scores too. I put the Colts won. I didn't expect them to win by that much, to be completely honest with you. I thought they'd lose. No, not lose. I thought they'd win by a little bit less. But they ended up winning, which I was still expecting.
The defense finally picked up the pieces because they had a bad couple of weeks, their defense. And it's such a good defense that it shouldn't be doing that. So, I mean, they showed me something.
Not really much to talk about that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Tannehill looked pretty
Ryan, what's his name got shut down? My boy,
Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry got absolutely clamped up that game, so I have nothing else to say. Their defense was all over them. The Colts proven that they're one of the good defenses in the league.
Yeah, that defense is probably top 3 in the league.
Yeah,
the Dolphins' defense is probably above them, honestly.
We all know what the number one defense is.
Yeah, we all know it's the Steelers. Oh, he's
We
gonna
all
get his
know who the
Fitzpatrick
number one
jersey.
defense is. We all know who they are.
Yes, sir.
We did buy that jersey when the Steelers commented. Well, Josh did. So.
Steelers did comment in our TikTok. Fourth Quarter Kings, by the way. You should really stop by and watch it.
Yeah, out of the fucking mic, please. Holy shit.
Okay, so next game we got Bucks versus Panthers, 46-23. It looked close for a little bit, and the
I
Bucks
had the
pulled
Panthers
away.
in that. It ended up going well. Not my way
I had
at
the
all.
Bucks, and then it went.
McCaffrey would have changed that. He would have blown that game up. Teddy B is such a good quarterback for what they got him for. Like I know they gave him a pretty big contract, but for
back from both of his ACL tears, I think he's coming back and doing pretty good.
Now he could be out next week, but I know Christian McCaffrey's out again next week with that lingering injury.
Really?
So that's going to be something to watch. And the predictions going into next week. But I really think that the Panthers going into the future have a core that can be set up for playoff contention.
Also, DJ Moore's proving he's a really good receiver.
And let's not forget about my boy Robbie Anderson.
That was a
my
steal.
homie right there.
Yeah.
See, my comparison for him is not in the way he plays, but I compare him to Kevin Durant of the NFL just because of how tall and lengthy he is and how,
Robbie Anderson?
Yeah.
The slim
You're not talking
reaper.
about skill set, you're talking about body, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not skill set at all.
I don't
No,
think you
not
could
even
compare
If
basketball.
you really can't compare them.
Yeah,
No, you can't because they're two different sports, but they're very, the same body, I feel like. They're both, lengthy and tall. And honestly, Robbie Anderson's he's actually a really underrated receiver, I think.
He is solid, yeah. Wasn't he a 1,000-yard receiver with the Jets last year?
I think
He was
so.
pretty
I
close
think he
to
was
that,
actually solid, but yeah, he's boomed with the Panthers. I think he's 4th in reception yards this year.
Mhm.
He's up there.
Something like that.
Okay, so next game up, we got Texans versus Browns. Browns won 10-7. Could have been 17-7, but Nick Chubb decided
Yeah,
he
I
wanted to-
unfortunately picked
one of
the
the
Browns to win that. I just don't like the Browns.
The Texans looked like they had a shot. You guys are both just going back and forth, punting and everything.
Yeah, there was terrible weather conditions. I don't even know how they
Same with
played through that.
I think the New England game, yeah.
Yeah, it was
A lot of bad
pretty
weather.
bad. The Packers game
Yeah,
had
the
bad weather.
New England game was poor.
It was, you literally couldn't
Oh,
watch
yeah,
on
I
TV
know.
at the end.
Yeah, on TV, the camera that they had, it had all the rain on it, and it was all blurry.
That
and,
definitely,
foggy.
that definitely
literally
gave
could not see.
that definitely gave old Bill a little advantage.
Yeah, I was trying to watch Hollywood Brown running the wrong routes. I was missing them.
Yeah, but Baker looked decent as a game manager.
I
It wasn't
honestly
the
think
best
that
game.
Hollywood Brown is not the receiver they intended to draft. They got him with the 15th pick in the first round. They passed up, I think, on better players than him.
Yeah.
He's been pretty bad. I mean, he's been solid, but
His route running is horrible.
wasn't he his 5th pick? I don't want to.
15th.
He was what? 15th?
15th
Yeah.
pick.
Whoops.
First round.
So, I mean, for football, isn't that really high, though?
That's really high.
Your first round receiver,
That's
For
really high
Hollywood
considering
Browns?
that good players can be drafted in like the 6th round.
Where's he standing receivers right now? Like 25?
No
Lower?
idea.
Lower than
Yeah.
that. He's been pretty bad this year.
Yeah. Especially against us. It was bad. On that DC Jackson
You
play.
also have to consider weather conditions. You're not going to really want to throw the ball in that weather.
I mean, Baltimore's rainy too, though. They're used to rain.
Yeah, but that was like no one ever expects to play a game in that. I mean,
What the Baltimore New England game?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that was
can't
a
really
lot.
throw the ball in that game.
That was like a lot.
Yeah,
Not enough.
I had
They got
Washington
tissue
winning.
paper.
I
it was
honestly
Alex
thought
Smith's
Washington-
redemption.
I honestly thought Washington's defense would honestly hold the Lions, considering that they're not one of the greatest like good teams, and their number. I didn't see them run the ball a lot. Well, they did, but I just thought Washington would win, considering
Detroit.
Terry McLaurin is
No,
a good receiver.
we got Matt Stafford and Matt Prater bailing out the Lions again.
Stafford.
McLaurin's been crazy this year. He's been one of the best receivers in the league, especially for me in fantasy. McLaurin, he's been going off.
Yeah, but also Marvin Jones did go off that game. Who was on my bench
Yeah.
in the week?
That's tough.
Marvin Jones is on the bench, yeah.
I had him
He
on
had
my
like,
bench. Yeah,
24
Yeah.
fantasy points.
yeah.
McLaurin had 18, he was on my bench. I benched him for Corey Davis, the Titans receiver.
Didn't I play you this week, Keen?
Yeah, I got
I beat
clapped.
you by 70.
Chase
Yeah.
Young kind of sold that game with that roughing the passer for no reason. It was literally so stupid, and that made him like go all the way downfield. So I mean, he's pretty much the reason that they lost that. So
All right,
next game is Jaguars Packers. We got 24-20.
Jaguars? I
Jaguars.
love the Jaguars, dude. It's like Sheck West. It's
Jaguars.
just the Jaguars.
He's gonna get drafted in the NBA draft.
All right,
It's
so
fine.
as we were saying,
Jaguars, Packers. I honestly, what was
The
the score of
Packers
that
won
game?
24-20. and it was an
24-20
ugly one. They
Packers.
almost lost. that.
Really, it's a close game for the
It was an
Jaguars.
ugly
Mike
one.
still doesn't realize that I muted him.
Maybe the big performance for the Jaguars that game.
Honestly, did not expect the
Too
Jaguars.
bad they could already.
bad.
They could still hear me on the podcast. It's coming through my computer.
Does anybody care?
Fuck you.
The Jaguars, honestly, they had a pretty good chance. I'm not gonna lie. With Gardner, their backup QB's kind of proven that he's pretty decent to be a backup. Obviously, I'd rather have Gardner Minshew. And
Yeah, I thought that game was going to be a blowout. Like the pack.
Who's their
I
backup?
did too.
Foles isn't there
Jake
anymore.
Lewin.
Who?
Jake
Okay.
Lewin.
I don't
He's a
know.
rookie.
He's actually pretty good.
So no really big time performers for the
James
receiving
Robinson.
wise. James
I mean, he's not
Robinson,
receiving.
109 yards, 23 carries. Receiving wise, DJ Chark only had 56 yards. That's about it, receiving wise. I mean, DJ Chark,
He's a pretty good
James
receiver.
Robinson's been really good. DJ Chark is really solid, but James Robinson, 109 yards, is pretty good. Didn't get in the end zone.
Really
but
good as a rookie. I'm not gonna lie.
Rodgers threw a pick. Aaron Jones had a bad game. Jeez, 46 yards.
Devontae Adams had a decent game. I mean, the weather conditions, I'm pretty sure, and
They were as
there
bad
were-
as Cleveland.
I think they
Devontae
were
Adams had a
like
good
mile an
game.
hour winds.
8 receptions, 66 yards with a touchdown.
Yeah,
for
and just
Devontae
playing in
Adams.
conditions like that, like I mean, it's sometimes enjoyable. Not like that, but like rain and stuff. Like NFL players enjoy rain, but that's like and just bad like weather conditions in general. That's just like too much. Like that's
I mean, have you ever
That's a
seen the
lot.
Bills versus the Colts game where it was literally there was literally a foot like
couldn't
a
even
foot and
see.
a half of snow and you could not even see like anything. It was
yeah,
pretty.
There's
it was a
games like
pretty-
that. Like I just can't imagine are enjoyable for the players. It's like at that point.
No,
It's like,
I would have so much fun in a snow game.
Yeah, right, Mike. When you get pancaked down to the ground,
Yeah, I'd probably slip and fall.
honestly. All right, next game was Dolphins Chargers. Dolphins won 29-21.
had them winning too.
I had the Chargers winning because I thought Justin Herbert, after him losing in that very good performance, but I forgot who it was that didn't catch the ball in the end
It
zone.
was a rookie tight end. You don't even.
Yeah, I honestly
know
thought
who
that
it
Justin
was.
Herbert would be mad and go off for more, but the Dolphins defense and the Dolphins are proving that they are pretty good, which I wasn't expecting. Tua
Dude,
is
you
now,
just-
as a rookie.
You've just gotten everyone wrong. Everything's wrong.
I had the Packers win. I had most of these right that we just talked about.
The Dolphins
I'm about to blow out
defense
the
is
score.
very good.
I'm about to get like 2 right this week. How many more games are left? Like 6?
I have no idea.
Okay, so
Probably.
we got
Yeah, I don't know.
Eagles Giants 27-17. The Giants might actually make the playoffs because of the conference. rule.
Yeah,
How
That's
did
so
Daniel
bad.
Jones? How did Daniel
What do you
Jones
mean?
play?
What do you mean hilarious, Josh? They're literally half a
All the
game
Eagles
back.
have to do is put
They're half a
Jalen
game
Hurts
back
in
from
and
the
let him
Eagles.
try to play. Like they're not even giving Jalen Hurts a chance. They just draft him and he's not even that bad.
He was
Honestly,
meant to
I'd
be like
rather
a Taysom Hill though, and I don't think they expected Carson Wentz to be as bad as he is.
Carson Wentz is absolutely booty cheeks. I'd rather honestly have anyone than him at this point.
Yeah, he's just. Yeah, I agree. He's for. I don't know. He underperforms like every year.
I mean, you can't forget about how injured they are, though. Like, they're very injured.
Miles Sanders is back. I mean, that's really all they need. Their running back, he's really good, honestly. He's fast. I mean, he could easily get around defender. He's pretty elusive.
I don't know.
There's not really much to talk about in this game, to be
No,
honest.
Danny Dimes is someone you can talk about in this game.
He's proving that he might be one of the fastest QBs in the league right now.
Danny Dimes had 0 touchdowns.
Okay.
Danny Dimes.
Okay.
0 touchdowns.
He ran for a touchdown though.
Did he?
Isn't
Yeah,
it-
he did.
he had an
64
impact
rushing
in
yards.
that game.
Wow.
Next,
All
Lamar.
right.
Are we seeing a future Lamar?
No, he's literally
No.
No, not even close.
Stop.
So
Alright,
then we got
the next
It's
game.
like Andy Dolan,
Dang,
probably.
oh my god, I was kidding.
All right, the
And
next
Nolan.
set of games were the Bills Cardinals. Cardinals won 32.
yeah, right over his head.
And you want to know how they won? On 3 people. Larry. Oh my god, I almost just said
Larry
Larry
Fitzgerald.
That's so
He
splat.
probably had like 1 reception.
I don't think Larry could do that anymore, but if he was younger,
I
No.
didn't mean Larry
to be
Fitzgerald. I meant
completely honest, I
D-Hop.
might have been mad with the outcome of that game. It was a really good game, and
You're not?
D-Hop
You
is
enjoyed it?
proving that he's a really good receiver in
Yeah,
the league.
Josh, you didn't mind the outcome? You didn't mind watching DeAndre Hopkins moss 3 of your
Honestly,
I think he's proved that for years. I don't even think anything needs to
I
be said.
honestly was
Honestly, I'd
not.
rather see you cry than anything else.
I wasn't really mad about the outcome. To
Really?
be honest, he's just proving the Texans that they have absolute autism and trading him for literally a sack of potatoes.
Texans are going wavy this year, though. You can't
Billy
stop them.
O'Stooge really messed them up.
I honestly think that the Texans should sign Bill O'Brien back and then instantly fire him.
Just to get the satisfaction twice.
But honestly, the Cardinals are. Kyler Murray is showing
He's
probably
great.
the next big
Kyler
thing.
Murray
Yeah,
can
and then
literally
he's a
make a
top
play out of
quarterback in the
nothing.
league.
And
He'll be going to get
Hopkins, who I
sacked
think is the
22
best
yards.
receiver. There's a lot of talk about who's the best receiver right now.
And they have two really good running backs in Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds. Only thing I think they need better.
Overstatement, but
Yeah, they also have Christian Kirk.
Well,
Christian
Chase
Kirk is
Edmonds, I think.
filthy.
Chase Edmonds, I think, is better than Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, he is.
This year.
You can't forget about their defense too. Buda Baker. They haven't. I know they
Their
have another
defense
good
isn't
player.
that
They have
good.
Isaiah
They have
Simmons
Buda Baker and Chandler Jones.
Pat
and
Peterson
Chandler
got
Jones.
cooked
Yeah,
this
and
weekend.
Isaiah Simmons. I mean, that team's not. It's not terrible. It's
They-
it's not bad though. It's like middle of the pack.
It's not bad. All right, next game we got Broncos Raiders.
I
had
had the
the
Raiders
Yeah, they
in
got
that one.
they got
yeah.
pounced on. They got destroyed.
Yeah, I put the Raiders in that one. The Raiders, honestly, they've been showing out this season compared to other seasons. Derek Carr's actually doing pretty well.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
great
Derek Carr literally at one point was getting booed out of his own stadium. So I mean, for them to be doing a lot better this year and him making up for everything he's done for the Raiders.
I honestly like the Broncos
Hasn't been
defense
much.
the Broncos defense is pretty good, but I feel like they just couldn't hold the Raiders. There's nothing really to talk about in this game besides the Broncos just don't have anyone good besides Jerry Jeudy and their running backs.
Derek Carr.
Melvin
is a
Gordon's been bad, though.
flamethrower.
He's had a
It's
couple
still
bad.
not Philip Lindsay, though.
No. Lindsay has a lot of.
Melvin
I don't know,
Gordon,
He had
yeah.
a 1,000
Melvin
yard, 2 back-to-back to 1,000-yard seasons.
He was injured at the beginning of the season with I think it was his toe or his foot, something
He's been
like that.
injured all year. He's played like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
And
but
he hasn't been that
I
great.
personally do like Philip Lindsay. I don't know why they got Melvin Gordon. That just doesn't make sense.
He hasn't even been that good for them. He's more of a receiving option as a running back.
I don't know why they got him in the first place. I didn't think that was a smart move at all. I think that it easily could have got someone better, like that they could have used. And honestly, I feel like the Broncos would be better if they had Von Miller back, but he's been injured all season.
Okay.
The next game, Seahawks Rams. Rams won 23-16.
This game was surprising. I had the Seahawks winning this game.
So did
I had
I. I
the
didn't think
Seahawks
that the
too.
Seahawks would.
I didn't
Russell
think the Seahawks
Wilson
would
looked
lose to the
awful.
Rams.
I got one thing to say,
You know,
but I honestly think DK Metcalf got absolutely clamped up by
He
Jalen
did. He got
Ramsey.
locked up by Jalen
People are
Ramsey.
saying he's a top 5 receiver, which is not true at all. I will literally, anyone could fight me about that. I do not think he's a top 5 receiver, considering all the good receivers there are this year. He is
Who are you
not.
talking about?
DK Metcalf.
Oh no, he's not top 5. No,
People are all talking about he's
no,
a
he's
top
not.
5
He's barely
receiver.
top 10. This year he's been great. In the league right now, he's not top 10.
I honestly think he falls right outside my top 10 at like top 12.
In the
like-
league, yeah, this year he's been top 10.
Anyone
but
gonna talk
that
about
doesn't
how
make him
bad
top
Tyler
10.
Lockett is too recently?
He's
Yeah,
had
Tyler
two
Lockett is
crazy games,
really
but-
undershowing.
Really
No,
bad.
See, here's what I think Russell Wilson does. He kind of just predetermines who he's going to go to. Like, Tyler Lockett will have a really big game. The next game, absolutely ass, and he'll throw to DK.
Oh, yeah,
the
didn't he
next
have the
game,
most
he'll
fantasy
ass.
points in fantasy history a couple of weeks ago?
Almost. I think
53. It was
he didn't
crazy.
have. He was actually 1.7, I think, behind Jerry Rice.
15 receptions for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns?
3
I don't know.
touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, 200 yards. It's one of the best games ever.
Yeah,
crazy.
Jalen Ramsey though. Back to that, Jalen Ramsey locked up DK Metcalf. Like, did he have a single catch? I don't.
No, I don't think he did.
Didn't he have one?
Personally,
He had
I
one.
think- personally, I don't like Jalen Ramsey that much. He's obviously a really good cornerback. I just think he's way too obviously he can be cocky considering he is one of the best cornerbacks. But I just think the way he is out of football.
No, I mean, there's literally like clips of him if you've been on like Sports Center Overtime or any of those House of Highlights of him just straight talking smack to everybody.
But
I
honestly,
mean, if he plays up to it, I mean,
Yes, but not even in a football setting, he talks shit, and it just annoys me.
Yeah, he's kind of a clown. DK had 2 receptions for 28 yards. What was
That's
it? Ramsey had a huge beef with some other player. I can't even
he got
remember.
a filthy pick in the end zone though.
Ramsey's just,
Ramsey's
I
just
don't know.
really
He's a
good.
confusing player.
There's no
That's how he
really.
is.
You can't say he's not good, but I just personally don't like him.
I don't think anybody does.
And the next game was Bengals Steelers.
Do we even have to talk about this game?
Next
Yeah,
game,
we
yeah,
kind of knew
next
the
game.
outcome of
They got
this game.
stopped
Sorry,
on.
next game.
Yeah, don't even talk about it.
49ers Saints won 27-13. I expect this because the 49ers defense, the 49ers, I just feel so bad for
George
them.
Kittle's
49ers
out,
in general, they're
Garoppolo's
just-
out.
Yeah, they're all injured. They're an injured
They
team.
went from
Like, I just,
they went to a Super Bowl contender to $80 million in cap in their IR.
Yeah, it's bad.
I just feel so
Not
bad
even
for them.
contender. They were literally in the Super Bowl. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Super Bowl contender. That's why, because it was them and the
Oh,
Chiefs.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
At that
I know.
point, shouldn't it be
Thanks,
championship contender though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't even hear you. Sorry, you're my slap.
Really, to talk about this, I feel really bad for what's his name, Drew
Kittles?
Brees.
Nope.
He has a collapsed lung and multiple broken ribs.
It was like 8 plus.
Jameis Winston time. 6 interceptions.
Honestly, bro, he's about to eat up those W's.
You better
He's
throw to Mike Thomas.
I think- yeah, you
I want to
gotta
see some
get
Mike Thomas this year. More than 5 receptions, please. Is it possible?
no,
Probably not. We'll see.
unless you're on slants, maybe.
yeah, I was gonna say that. Maybe if he runs slants.
Maybe if
but-
he shortens the slants to like a 1
Michael
yard
Thomas
slant.
is a 1-year young wonder, just like
He's definitely
Lamar
not. He's been
Jackson.
injury prone.
nope.
Yeah, okay, yeah, facts, yeah.
Yeah, Mike. Christian McCaffrey's a 1-year wonder because he's injured. Yeah.
You don't.
No,
okay,
it's facts.
Michael Thomas has not put up in the games he's played.
No shit, he's been
He
terrible.
played 2 games, Mike.
He did more than 2 games. He played 3 or 4, hasn't he?
It was max 3. I think he's played 2. I'm pretty sure it's been
Like
2.
the first game of the season was out until I'm pretty sure last week.
He had 1 reception in that game.
Yikes.
And then this last week he had 10 fantasy points. He had not a Mike Thomas game, but
Mm.
it was alright.
Next game, Ravens Pats. Actually, wait, I want to go back to the 49ers for a minute. Their rookie wide receiver they drafted, he is
Ayuke?
he's proving that. I think he might be a really good receiver in the next years.
Brandon, isn't it Ayuk?
It might be
There's
Ayuk.
no-
Yeah,
no,
not
no.
Ayuke.
I think it's Ayuk. There's nothing at the end of the Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's just gonna prove that he's a really good receiver.
Is Debo
Probably
Samuel healthy or injured?
I think he's injured.
I think he's
Maybe.
injured,
I don't know.
yeah. I think could be wrong.
Next we got. Are we all done right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Next we got Ravens Pats. Pats. won
See,
28.
last time in the podcast, y'all were doubting me. I called Patriots, and then
Yeah,
you
because
guys were
it's
like,
the
nah,
Patriots.
nah,
That's
nah,
why we were
nah,
doubting
nah.
him.
Phil
4 and
Lamar
5.
no show.
Yeah, Lamar, honestly, he went MVP season and then just slowly started going down like this.
I mean, He's still good though. Like he's not having his MVP season, but he's
Because
still doing.
you can
He's still
literally
doing pretty
pick-
well.
Like they're calling him out at the line. Even I could do that, dude. He either runs a read option. He either runs a read option, goes
Josh,
to
you
a
could stop Lamar Jackson. I agree. You could
yeah, I
stop
could
him.
stop him.
You're
Facts.
Literally a
linebacker
running
lined
back. He
up,
shouldn't
yeah.
be playing QB.
You can just
No,
kill Kyle by no
it's
issues.
so easy to realize what he does. He runs it, does a read option, or throws it to Mark Andrews. I don't think he does anything else.
He throws to Hollywood Brown and he drops it.
Yeah. So
Got it. Or runs the wrong route.
No, he always hits Mark Andrews.
I love seeing Newton win though, especially when Newton has some good drives like that. I don't think he had a pick unless he was early in the game. Didn't fumble this time like he sold against the Bills.
I think he did have a pick actually.
Yeah, but Newton looked really solid down the line.
I can tell you right now, Cam Newton did not throw a pick, but he only threw one touchdown.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Cam Newton
Yeah,
having
Jacoby-
an elite
Jacoby
season with
Myers is also-
four touchdowns and 7 picks.
J.C.
They're
Jackson is a really good corner. I was not expecting this out of him. this year.
J.C. Jackson 6 straight games or 5 with an interception. He's been crazy. He's
I
been
think it's
locked
5 in a row.
It's
Yeah,
5
the
in a row
Patriots
games.
wouldn't let
in a row.
him go on the ballot, the Pro Bowl ballot. By the way, I don't know what that decision was made by, but they wouldn't let him go on the
And
Pro Bowl ballot,
that's
which
weird.
I think is so stupid.
Everybody's talking about the Pats having no weapons.
It wasn't
and-
even happening. It's virtually happening.
Yeah, it's bad. But I don't know. Jacoby Myers the last couple of games, he had a 100-yard game the other game. In this team, I think he had like 70 yards. Cam Newton's been finding him a lot down the stretch. I honestly didn't know who he was until a few games ago. And him and number 10, Bird, I don't know his first name. They've been really good for Newton. He's been
Yeah.
finding some good options down the.
Kevin
He has had a
Bird.
couple game-winning drives in these last.
For being
few
how
games.
old Rex Burkhead is, he's doing pretty good right now.
Yeah,
He had 2 tutties, yeah.
yeah. He caught one from Myers, and then
Jacoby Myers,
yeah.
yeah, that was a nice play.
Yeah, that was a
That
nice play.
I honestly don't think that any.
Okay,
I
Mike.
think Rex Burkhead might just stay with the Pats because I don't think anyone will want to pick him up because he's so old and everything. Vikings. I can't. Someone say it.
All right, Vikings Bears. Vikings took the dub. I don't remember the score, but they beat them by like 10. 23-13?
1913.
19-13. Thielen had 2 touchdowns. He's been great for the Vikings this year. Really, he's the
Dalvin
biggest
Cook,
red zone
honestly,
target.
Dalvin Cook usually goes for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. He only went for 96 yards with 30 attempts.
All right, usually is an overstatement. 200 yards usually is literally impossible. He's probably averaging like 110, 115 on the year, maybe a little more. He's been great. He's usually 1 or 2 touchdowns, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
he
he
doesn't
usually
have a
gets
bad
into the
game.
red zone.
Yeah,
he
he's
gets
just
into the
having-
red zone and then they throw it at Thielen, which has been working really well for
The
them.
Bears
He's
are
been
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
I forgot they even had a quarterback, like
Kirk Cousins. I think we have
Wow.
3 straight wins though. We're 4-5 now on the comeback. Justin
I
Jefferson
mean,
You guys
was
with the
great.
Patriots.
I mean, the Bears' defense is pretty good. Khalil Mack did absolutely rip the ball out of someone's hands and run.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was like a bobble play. I think it was a bad throw by Cousins to Thielen, and he just dropped it.
It was probably a bad throw by Cousins.
It was to Thielen.
It was probably.
I'm not
going
gonna blame it on Thielen because I like him. It was definitely Cousins.
I was watching that live. It was actually a decent throw. It just slipped.
Was
through.
it?
Yeah, it was a bobbled catch by Thielen.
That's what happens when Khalil Mack's on defense. He's a very,
That's what
very
happens when Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball. It doesn't matter if it's a good throw. It's Kirk Cousins. It's just bad luck.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Even though they won the playoff game last year.
Kirk Cousins is like, man,
Beautiful. One of the best of all
it's
time.
definitely hit or miss with
Huh?
Kirk Cousins. He's either
It's
has a
never
pretty
missed.
good game. It's either he
It's
has a
never
pretty good
missed?
game or he's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.